So breaking news for Canada because a food recall alert was out for pizza pops.
This vegan pizza is being recalled across Ontario for not actually being vegan.
Specific pizza-flavored chicken nuggets are being recalled in Canada due to the presence of plastic pieces in the product.
A popular salad kit sold across Canada has been urgently recalled.
The bacteria that are causing these food recalls are the usual suspects.
Check your fridge. Canada just released the latest food recalls, including
a popular Dollarama snack was just recalled across Canada.
So I'm from Canada and I recently just got back home from traveling and I just saw this headline today.
So if you've got Silk or Great Value plant-based milk in your fridge, it might be contaminated with Listeria.
Well, McCain is recalling its Tasty Taters brand of crispy potato bites due to the presence of plastic in some of the affected products. Here's what...
These candies sold in Canada actually have an ingredient in them that's banned in Europe called...
Canada just issued food recalls for cheese, chocolate, and even sandwiches.
Welcome to Canadian Rant. Let me ask you something important. The food sitting in your fridge right now, do you really know if it's safe? Across Canada, food recalls are rising at an alarming rate. Not just rare, isolated incidents, but frequent, nationwide recalls involving everyday items Canadians consume without a second thought. Bread, baby food, frozen meals, dairy, snacks, even foods labeled as healthy. So first, let's be clear, what is recalled food? A food recall happens when a product is removed from store shelves because it may pose a health risk. This can include bacterial contamination like salmonella or listeria, undeclared allergens, foreign materials like plastic or metal, or chemical hazards. In some cases, the food can cause serious illness. In extreme cases, it can be deadly, especially for children, seniors, pregnant women, and people with weakened immune systems. Now here's the disturbing part. Food recalls in Canada are no longer occasional warnings. They're becoming routine. Week after week, new alerts are issued. Many Canadians never even hear about them. The product is bought, eaten, and forgotten until someone ends up sick. This video isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to inform you because awareness is the first line of defense. Today, we're breaking down why food recalls are increasing across Canada, what types of foods are most affected, and what this trend says about our food system. This is not about panic, this is about protection. Let's break it down.
So breaking news for Canada because a food recall alert was out for pizza pops. Now certain pizza pops have been recalled like pepperoni plus bacon, and they have been recalled across Canada due to the possible E. coli. But all the products affected are the pepperoni plus bacon, including regular family packs and special editions. Now please do not consume, serve, sell, or distribute this product. Now make sure you guys throw it out or return it to the store where you purchased it. Possible symptoms may include nausea and vomiting, mild to severe stomach cramps, and watery or blottery diarrhea. And in severe cases, there could be a rare case of death and other things.
So I'm from Canada and I recently just got back home from traveling and I just saw this headline today and I can't believe my eyes. Health Canada quietly green lights cloned beef and dairy with no labels or warnings required. You heard that right. Go search this up. This is real news coming out of Canada. I usually never make videos like this, but I feel like I have to spread awareness because this is what cloned meat looks like versus not cloned meat. You literally can't tell the difference. If there's no labels or warnings, people will just be eating their cloned steaks and cloned chicken and whatever it may be, probably causing all sorts of cancer and autoimmune diseases. I just can't even imagine what that would be like. And not to mention the fact that Health Canada claims that it's indistinguishable and safe for human consumption. This is a real headline coming out of Canada right now. I don't even know what to say. Either you got to buy grass-fed meat, which is very expensive, or I don't know, go vegan.
Canada just issued food recalls for cheese, chocolate, and even sandwiches due to Listeria, E. coli, and bone fragments. The CFIA flagged mushrooms from Ontario and Quebec, Ontario cheese with Listeria, Dollarama ice pops missing milk warnings, and chicken sandwiches from C'est Pret and Circle K for bones. Over a dozen products are affected across multiple provinces. So check the recalls online and check your fridge.
This vegan pizza is being recalled across Ontario for not actually being vegan. The vegan and gluten-free margarita pizza from Farm Boy is being recalled across Ontario because the vegan pizza contains milk. And residents are now being asked not to consume the product and to return it where they purchased it from if it has the best before date of July 19th, 2024, and the lot number 23200.
Hey, America, if you haven't heard, Canadians love their hockey sticks and their pepperoni sticks. But listen up. Pepperoni sticks recalled in Canada over metal in product. Frabie Gourmet Foods Limited is recalling its pepperoni smoked sausage stick original because they had found pieces of metal inside the product. According to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the recalled products were distributed in Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. The recalled products consist of a 500-gram stick and a 2-kilogram stick. Until next time, stay blessed. Donald Ray Abbott out, but you better follow me because I got more content. Later.
A popular salad kit sold across Canada has been urgently recalled due to a potential salmonella contamination risk. The Taylor Farms Sweet Kale Chopped Kit with a best before date of December 6, 2024 was distributed in several provinces, including Ontario and Quebec. Consumers are urged to discard or return the product immediately, as salmonella can cause serious illnesses, especially in vulnerable individuals.
Specific pizza-flavored chicken nuggets are being recalled in Canada due to the presence of plastic pieces in the product. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has confirmed that the recalled product was distributed nationwide in Canada. The details of the products are in the description. Retailers and consumers are advised not to use, sell, serve, or distribute the affected product. Any remaining stock should be disposed of immediately.
Toronto! Go check your fridge. Canada just released the latest food recalls, including soup, chicken, pastries, and much more. Here's all the info from this online article. Here's what meat is being recalled in Canada: pork and chicken. And if you like baked goods, here's what's being recalled in Canada. And if you're in the frozen section, here's what's being recalled. And lastly, here's all the info you need on hot sauce and plant-based butter. It's being recalled in Canada. So Toronto, let me know below. What are your thoughts?
Well, McCain is recalling its Tasty Taters brand of crispy potato bites due to the presence of plastic in some of the affected products. Here's what we know. The recall issued by Health Canada is for 800-gram and 1.8-kilogram packages that were sold nationally. People are advised to not use, sell, serve, or distribute the affected products.
A popular Dollarama snack was just recalled across Canada. According to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, Biscuit's brand waffles with chocolate filling have been recalled due to mold. The recalled product is 180 grams in size, and the best before dates are between April 21st, 2026 and May 12th, 2026, and although there are no serious health risks, you may want to check your cabinets.
The Ministry of Health says 4 people are sick across the province after eating beef tongue contaminated with Listeria. The number of brands of jellied beef tongue have been recalled, and more could still be pulled from shelves at multiple stores as Canada's Food Inspection Agency investigates. Anyone who has the product should toss it or return it. Listeriosis can cause vomiting, fever, and aches, and in severe cases, death. Toronto Public Health has issued its own warning about listeriosis cases at a specific retailer just a few days prior.
So if you've got Silk or great value plant-based milk in your fridge, it might be contaminated with Listeria, and that's according to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. Stores across Canada are being told not to sell, serve, or distribute the products, and these are some of them, many expiring before or on October 4th. You can check for the exact products on the Government of Canada website. The CFIA says there have been reported illnesses from the milk, but hasn't specified how many. The federal agency says food contaminated with Listeria may not appear spoiled. Symptoms of it include vomiting, nausea, fever, aching, headache, and a stiff neck. And CFIA says anyone who believes they become sick from the products should see a healthcare provider. One expert says while Listeria isn't as common as salmonella or E. coli, its mortality rate can be as high as 30%.
People who have a weakened immune system are particularly vulnerable to Listeria monotonus, as well as pregnant women.
Now, a spokesperson for Danone Canada says the contamination was likely linked to a third-party manufacturer in Ontario, and they are taking the matter extremely seriously.
These candies sold in Canada actually have an ingredient in them that's banned in Europe called titanium dioxide. Our investigation found that some manufacturers are making two versions of the same snacks, one for sale in Canada and the other in Europe. There is no titanium dioxide in the versions we ordered from Europe, but there is in the snacks we got from Canada. Titanium dioxide is used to make foods look more appealing, brighter and whiter. So why was it banned in Europe? A review by the European Food Safety Authority 3 years ago found it couldn't rule out that titanium dioxide could cause chromosomal or DNA damage in humans.
It's not something that we should intentionally add to food.
Health Canada tells us there's no conclusive scientific evidence that titanium dioxide is a concern for human health. But a spokesperson for the agency says that could change if new scientific evidence finds the additive is not safe. We also asked the manufacturers of these snacks why they make different versions of the same products. The companies told us their products are safe and follow all government regulations.
Food companies do not need to wait for regulations. I'd like them to make the choice to reformulate their products, to get rid of titanium dioxide and use safer, better alternatives for the good of public health.
Do you think Canada should follow the European Union's lead? Let us know in the comments.
Here at this Toronto produce market,
Thank you so much.
between the friendly
Everything on sale.
and sometimes fast-talking farmers, there's a common focus on keeping everything fresh,
We just take more precaution.
especially after growing concerns over countrywide recalls.
But the cucumber recall, and I thought, oh, that's not good. I wonder if farmers around here are going to have to not bring their cucumbers from there.
This past week alone, a brand of cucumbers recalled after worry they may be contaminated with salmonella. Carrots recalled over E. coli risks, and consumers told to throw out this brand of enoki mushrooms over potential listeria.
The bacteria that are causing these food recalls are the usual suspects.
But food recalls have stayed steady over the past few years, with 160 recalls so far this year, not far off from what we've seen the last couple of years, and nowhere near the over 250 recalls from 2021. What is worrying food safety experts is the future.
We are going to see more outbreaks and more contamination events.
There is concern, though, that extreme weather events caused by climate change and larger shipments of food traveling longer distances will lead to environments that cause an increase in foodborne illnesses.
What we need to do as scientists is come up with better ways to treat the foods that we consume.
Food experts want more pressure on companies testing foods before distribution or making a larger shift towards indoor farming.
With much more controlled agricultural environments where they eliminate a lot of these factors that are causing the pathogens.
For farmers, the solution is simple.
Support small and local.
Something that's worked for them for generations. Kamal Koramali, CTV News, Toronto.
Alright, so you want to talk about bad timing. I'm not really that hungry tonight, so I thought I'd have kind of more of a snack, so I grabbed a pizza pop, threw it in, just finished eating it, literally take the last bite of it, my phone rings. It's Costco, out of all places, with a recall for pizza pops, because I had purchased it. They had me on record telling me that there's possible E. coli in the pizza pop that I just ate. Literally just finished the last bite after having a couple of them. Couldn't have called me right before it. So then, of course, I went and Googled it, and yeah, apparently earlier today they did make a recall, and it's been on the news and stuff like that. But I didn't see any of that because I was out. But yeah, what are the odds I literally finished taking the last bite out of one and then get a call informing me that the batch I bought potentially has E. coli? Great!
Health officials in 3 provinces continued to monitor a salmonella outbreak, which is linked to recalled salami. 72 people are confirmed to have fallen ill with this, 57 of those cases in Alberta. And these are the different products that were recalled on June the 10th. Hot and sweet Genoa salami from the Rhea brand and mild Genoa salami from the Bona brand, all affected, sold in grocery stores in Alberta, Ontario, and Manitoba.
salmonella, but they also may have been sold, this is the government warning, in sandwiches, unwrapped, sliced, or in sandwiches at deli counters. There are 14 cases in Ontario, Manitoba with 1. No deaths associated with this, but 7 people have been hospitalized.
Depending on how much you've consumed, the more you've consumed, the sooner you'll get sick, and the more sick you'll get as soon as 8 hours after consumption, up to about 3 days after consumption. People will typically get diarrhea, usually watery diarrhea. It could give abdominal cramps, could give nausea, vomiting, fever, body aches. Sometimes bloody diarrhea, but that's less common. You might see it in children in particular. Most people get through it. They get over it within a few days, and some people have asymptomatic infection. After infection for several weeks, you are shedding the bacteria in your stool. So you have to be really careful with hand hygiene, and if you're not really careful, you can slip up. And if you have even a little bit of that bacteria on your hands, and then you're doing food prep, for example, within a household, it can spread that way.
Hey parents, with food safety inspections at an all-time low right now, companies themselves and people like us are too often having to catch stuff ourselves, like this week's packaging mix-up, Listeria contamination, and yes, as usual, some random foreign objects. Let's keep our family safe together. First up, So Delicious dairy-free salted caramel cluster frozen dessert pints sold nationwide. The company discovered stones and other hard objects in the cashew inclusions themselves, and I guess we're at least responsible enough to let us know. Number 2 is a Listeria concern. Boss Dairy Farms voluntarily recalled their Charlevoix cheese company Mild Cheddar after routine company testing found contamination. This is an 8-ounce block sold only in Michigan with lot number 13220025. Also for Listeria, Primavera Nueva is voluntarily recalling several varieties of their 4-count tamales in California and Nevada due to potential Listeria contamination. Multiple varieties are affected. Details in the caption. Here's where packaging mix-ups can get dangerous if they're not caught. White Castle's frozen 4-count original slider cartons may actually contain jalapeno cheese sliders with undeclared milk and soy. A customer reported this one after having an allergic reaction. Check your freezer. This was sold nationwide at convenience stores. Another label mix-up. Publix Maple Walnut Coffee Cake was labeled as raspberry coffee cake, meaning walnuts aren't declared on the label. A Publix employee spotted this one. Thanks. Sold in 8 states, including Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Staying with Publix, their rice and pigeon peas has undeclared soy due to an ingredient label error. This was only sold at Florida Publix stores with specific code numbers on the lid. We've also got about 2,700 pounds of La Guadalupana frozen pork tamales that were mislabeled. They actually contain bean, cheese, and jalapeno, which means undeclared milk. These were sold to restaurants and retail in Illinois, Iowa, Ohio, and Wisconsin. Finally, Ukrop's Homestyle Foods recalled 4 varieties of their decorated pound cakes due to undeclared soy. These were sold at Kroger, Mid-Atlantic, and Ukrop's Market Hall in Virginia and West Virginia. Check the caption below for all the specific details. Join us to catch all the weekly updates, and please share this with other parents and caregivers in your life. Until we get our inspections funded again, we gotta look out for each other.
By now, one thing should be clear, rising food recalls are not random accidents. They are a symptom of a much bigger problem inside Canada's modern food system. We are producing food faster than ever, shipping it farther than ever, and processing it more than ever. Ingredients cross multiple borders, products change hands dozens of times before reaching your plate, and every step in that chain is another chance for something to go wrong. Cost cutting plays a major role. When companies prioritize speed, scale, and profit margins, safety becomes a checkbox, not a priority. Factories are pushed to produce more with fewer workers. Quality checks are rushed. Sanitation standards slip. And when something goes wrong, the public only hears about it after the risk has already entered Canadian homes. Another issue is transparency. Most recall notices don't reach people directly. They're buried on government websites, briefly mentioned in the news, or shared too late on social media. Many Canadians unknowingly consume recalled products because no one clearly told them to stop. And let's not ignore the pressure of inflation. As food prices rise, Canadians are buying cheaper, more processed foods, the very products most likely to be recalled. Frozen meals, packaged snacks, ready-to-eat items. Convenience comes with hidden risks. So what can Canadians actually do? First, pay attention. Follow food recall alerts. Take them seriously, even if you've eaten the product before without issue. Contamination isn't consistent. One batch can be safe, the next can be dangerous. Second, question the system, not just the product. If recalls are becoming more common, it means something deeper is broken. A country as developed as Canada should not normalize unsafe food. Third, support transparency and accountability. Companies that cut corners should be called out. Regulators should be pressured to act faster and communicate better. Food safety should never be optional. Food recalls are not just warnings. They're signals. Signals that our food chain is under stress. Signals that safety is being compromised. Signals that Canadians need to stay alert, informed, and vocal. Because safe food isn't a luxury. It's a basic right. If you found this video informative, share it, not for views, but for awareness. Subscribe to Canadian Rant for more real conversations about the issues affecting everyday Canadians. Stay informed, stay cautious, and always ask, what are we really eating?